Hey. Welcome to another episode of Coinology, and I'm sitting here with none other. And when I say none other, I want y'all to know we've been waiting for this day for a long time. This is going to be a treat for you guys. We've been waiting, but we're sitting here with none other than the six-figure spa chick, Candace Holyfield Parker. How many names is that?
Quite a few.
And really, at this point in time, should it still be the six-figure spa chick?
We can't say 7. They're going to start begging.
Girl, they begging already, though, right?
We're going to leave it at 6.
Six-figure spa chick. All right? So when you came up with the name six-figure spa chick, what were you thinking? Because I know there was another person out there by the name of six-figure chick, right?
She was my coach.
Oh, wow. She was?
To the day she passed, I was still in her coaching community. And one day she changed her page name. I can't remember what she changed it to. And I immediately grabbed Six-Figure Spot Chick, the name on Instagram.
Okay, so she wasn't pissed?
No, she know. I tell the story a lot of times.
But was she pissed about you taking her name?
I ain't take her name. She was Six-Figure Chick. I was Six-Figure Spot Chick. And her wasn't trademark. I trademarked mine.
So you came in. So this is the thing. So you sat at her feet. You learned from her. And it's like you mastered the master.
Almost.
Almost.
She's still better than me to this day.
Okay.
I still ain't on her level yet.
Okay, so, God rest her soul, right? Yeah. So what are some of the things that you think that you've learned from her that made you six-figure spot chick?
She was making millions of dollars from a computer. I was making money from my hands being a massage therapist. And so when I got ready to create the page, I was drawn to her from the name. So I was like, I got to have a name that's going to automatically draw people to me. And I was just going back and forth with, I can't remember none of the names now. That was 7 years ago. But I was just going back and forth with names. And then I came up with Six-Figure Spot Chick because I really did make 6 figures from Groupon. And that was my leverage behind the name because I had made the 6 figures on Groupon.
Now, you weren't worried because I'll tell you this. A lot of times with branding, they will tell you, be careful about choosing a name so close to someone that's so popular. She was extremely popular. So you weren't worried about that?
I trademarked it. Trademark is top of the top.
So she wasn't hot.
I mean, she was in a lane by herself. I was just coming up. I wasn't her competition. Like, I wasn't even on the radar.
So she was hot.
Huh?
She was hot. You ain't said no yet.
I don't know. I know for a fact she wasn't hot.
Okay. All right.
I wasn't even on her level, on her radar. Like, I was a broke nobody. So she wasn't hot.
So she wasn't taking you seriously at that time. I know when you first came out, Candace, I think you fooled a whole lot of people.
No, I fooled myself.
So you weren't expecting to be the Candace Holyfield right now?
No, I was just trying to feed my kids.
Really? So what's the end goal for you now?
A chill-ionaire.
Chill-ionaire.
Just making.
Do you know how to chill though?
I'm learning. I'm getting there. We're gonna see what 2023 look like and see if I can chill.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Candace is also a mother.
Of 3.
3. You're also a wife of almost a year.
No, it'd be 2 years, but we've been together 6.
Okay, almost 2 years. Business owner, friend, coach, everything. And I think you spend a lot of time coaching.
Every day of my life.
I think about 95% of your time goes into coaching.
Yeah, I don't call it coaching anymore. I call it superhero work.
Yeah, because you're on the road a lot.
I'm a superhero, man.
So how did you find that mate that could handle that? Because I just had an episode a couple episodes ago, and we talked about the alpha woman and being able to find that component or find that spouse or that particular person that can deal with you, right? Deal with that type of person. How did you find them?
It's ironic because all my prior or previous relationships, I wasn't the alpha female. I was just the female.
How you know how to turn it off though, Candace? You can't turn that off.
Well, I know how to turn it off now because I had a failed marriage before.
Okay. And was it because of being alpha?
I was very much so alpha in my first marriage. And I won't say I completely ruined the marriage, but I had a huge part of us breaking up.
Okay, so let's talk about it because, this is the thing. Most people always want to say it's somebody else's fault, right?
Well, it was both of our fault, but I would take part of the blame. For
Okay. What do you think you could have done differently?
Not tore him down, gave him more grace, had more sex when he wanted it, and gave him more grace. Because we was both just regular people, and then I had built this business, and I had became a brand new person. I had reinvented myself, and I didn't give him the grace yet to reinvent himself, and I was real hard on him about what I wanted and when I wanted and what I was trying to do. And he didn't transition to that space yet.
Have you ever said, I'm sorry?
I'm not sorry now. I didn't say that part.
Okay, you're not sorry.
No, I'm not sorry at all.
Okay. But you said you're doing things differently this time.
Well, everything is different now.
Okay.
So I give him grace. I treat him like the king he is. I give him time to catch up to me. In areas where I'm weak, he's strong. So he's more he's very family oriented. He knows how to love. I didn't know how to love. One big on family. So he's like my husband now is like the yin to my yang. We're totally opposite, but we would like 100% complete each other.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I always think it's very important to find that person that can actually, I guess, be compatible to your personality type, especially your strengths and your weaknesses, right?
I was with another guy. I had to pick between if I was going to be, because I wasn't married yet, so I had to pick, hey, am I going to...
Hold on.
Okay.
You was with another guy.
I was with both of them at the same time.
Okay. Do they know that now, or they finding out for the first time?
They finding out right now.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay, all right. So, all right, you had the player. I knew Candace had a little player up in here.
I'm from Memphis. Pimping ain't easy.
Yes. We're gonna talk about Memphis in a minute. But so, how did you make your decision?
So I was in between. I was broke up with my husband. My first husband. I was dating. I was with this one guy for a long time. But I was still legally married. And so he would never give me his all because he was like, I got to get a divorce. But my other guy, my old husband, he didn't want to get a divorce yet. Like, he was going back and forth, like, we're going to get back together. We're not going to get back together. And then I met my current husband. We was dating. And I was like, I'm going to move to Atlanta. I got to make a decision. Who am I going to go with? Am I going to go with the guy who got all the money, who wine and dine me every day? Sex, amazing. Ooh, I'm like...
Wait a minute. You left, where is he? You left him?
I left him.
Okay.
I left him because he wasn't family oriented.
So the family orientation was the breaking point for you?
That was because my husband got custody of his kids, had custody of his kids from the day I met him. But he didn't have the car. He couldn't wine and dine me like the other guy. But he was family oriented. He was nice. Like the other guy would get mad if I go to sleep and leave the TV on. Little small things. And what was the breaking point? One day he left me at my spa. I was already in Atlanta, but I was coming back and forth to Memphis, and he was supposed to come pick me up one day. That nigga didn't pick me up.
What?
Left me at my spa. I had to spend the night at my spa. That's the day I ain't talked to him for a real long time. And then, of course, I had 3 C-sections, so, baby never came through that thing before. So, it's real tight. Real tight down there. So, he was calling me back, because everybody who I ever date, I be in relationships for years, and we be friends. So he was calling me, trying to get with me, but I was with my husband. We weren't married yet, though. So I went and saw him one time. Didn't have sex with him, though. I only had sex with one person at a time, though. Okay. So I didn't have sex with him, and I was just like, I don't want this nigga. I was like, he ain't it. And I remember him leaving me at this spa. And that was the day I made the decision that I was going to go with Anthony, who is my husband now.
Okay. So that meant that God sent Anthony for you.
I tell Anthony just sent me a text, and he was like, he looked at my Instagram page, and he said he cannot believe that I'm his wife. And I replied back, I said, this God business.
That's right.
I said, I'm your wife because of God. Because if it weren't for God, I wouldn't have been with Anthony, because I was used to dope dealers and the cars and the money, and that's what I was used to. Anthony is the totally opposite.
How you step away from that so quickly, though?
Because all of them did me wrong.
So you got tired of that?
Yeah, I'm like, let me go try a guy who work a 9 to 5. But this right here ain't it.
But that's a hard transition when you go from spending money like nothing, right, and then having to balance and to put a budget, right?
Not a budget, but like I would tell Anthony, like, if we need to Netflix and chill, it's Netflix. I was tired anyway. He didn't know that. I was tired. I've been out to eat my whole life. I'm tired. I can Netflix and chill. So I just was like, if we need to Netflix and chill, it's Netflix and chill. Then he was like, we need to Netflix and chill. And I accepted that, and I gave him grace.
I definitely can see where you are making an attempt to take a little of the alpha off, especially with the name AP Wife. That was a way to put your husband on the pedestal and say it's all about you.
Exactly. I did that intentionally.
I know. Everything you do is intentional,
Yes.
right? So what were you expecting that to do? What was the purpose? Because you've basically branded AP Wife, right?
I got a hashtag, a chain, everything. The domain. I wanted to show people that you can have it all. I feel like people don't think you can be successful and have a marriage and be a mom, run out. I got 3 businesses. And I want to show people that black love still exists. I feel like when you in love, you're your best self.
True.
If it's good love.
You're happy.
Not some of the crazy love we see on Instagram. But he definitely makes me better.
That's good. So big shout outs out there, Anthony, wherever you
Yes,
are. Big
yes.
shout outs. I was shocked to see the OG Candace, go ahead and go down that route and get married because you were gone so much. I was like, how's she gonna do this?
I always wanted to be a wife, though.
Really? That's the end goal. Because I see you now, you seem so happy being able to pick your daughter up from school.
My first time ever.
Right.
In my career.
How do your kids handle you basically putting your career before dinner, tucking them in? How has that been for you?
Luckily, they was young and they was born into this. I was like when my kids was born, I already had my spa. So I mean, they was young, so this all they know anyway. So it's not like some people start entrepreneurship and it's new to the man and to the family. My kids was born into me having my spa.
But your 2 youngest kids, but your oldest daughter, she probably experienced
But she was 8.
both lives, right?
She was 8,
Okay.
8, 9 years old when I was like in massage school.
Okay.
Or maybe
okay.
10 at the most. So my little kids was born into it. So they, like my daughter used to go to my spa with me every day. Like she only went to daycare maybe 1 year of her whole life. So she know how to be quiet. That's why my kids are so well behaved. Because I got a spa, you got to be quiet. And so my daughter used to have to go to the spa with me every single day here in Atlanta.
So it's not you don't feel like there's a challenge in having to choose. Because I know sometimes you and I talk and you say, I'm not going to be able to make first day of school.
I worked it out. I made it though.
Okay, good. But I'm sure there's been some first days that you missed, right?
I have missed a lot of things. And now I'm just being more intentional. I got an amazing team. I was going to miss my daughter's graduation. She was crying so bad when I told her I was going to miss it.
Okay, which daughter?
My little baby. She was, how they had like the award ceremony?
Yeah.
Like, and I told her I had a client that day, and my clients paid me thousands of dollars. And they fly in too. And I told her I wasn't going to make it, and she was so sad. But luckily, I got my team, and they started the meeting. I was 3 hours late for a client that flew in for me that paid me thousands of dollars to go to my daughter awards program.
So what did the client understand? What was, okay.
Oh, my team is good. They was helping her until I got there. So now I'm trying to make sure I make everything. I got family time on my schedule. I have not missed one day yet picking my baby up from the bus. I'm missing today because I'm here with you. Today,
hey, we're sorry.
but my oldest daughter came down to help me with this week.
Then that's amazing because that shows family pulling in and helping one another,
we
right?
had to call her a lot of times, though, to get her down. But she finally came.
But she came, though, right? That's important.
After 15 calls.
Okay, so you are from Memphis, the home of Young Dolph.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How was that, growing up from Memphis? Because I always hear Memphis is no joke.
It's not. I can honestly say, though, I had a good childhood. I lived with my grandmama for years. And then she ended up getting on crack, and so that destroyed our whole family when my grandma got on crack. So when she got on crack, my mom became like the person over our family. And my mom was always hardcore that I could remember. Her baby daddy, her dude, he sold dope. So I grew up in the projects around drug dealers my whole life. And then I remember moving with my mom. I always had a good life, though. We always lived in good places, had cars, I had clothes, chains, eating out every day. That's why I eat out every day right now.
But that's what I would expect, though, Candace, because I don't understand when people talk about their mama or their daddy was kingpins, but they talk about water being turned off. How does that happen if you rolling dope like that, right?
Well, I mean, money management. But I never had them problems. So our water never got cut off. Our lights never got cut off. I never had those type of problems. But that all goes back to money management. Like, it's people right now who say they making $1 million and they broke.
So you think you get the hustle mentality?
From my mom? Oh,
Yeah.
definitely from my mom. I'm just like my mom.
Okay.
That's why we can't stand each other.
You mean literally?
Literally.
Okay.
I'm just like her. Seriously.
So you get the, so how did mom veer away? Or is she still out there?
She didn't veer away. I veered away.
Okay.
I blocked my whole family over the summer.
Okay, so what I remember seeing some rumblings over the summer, right? Some things that happened, some things that really hurt you a lot. And I know that you had tried to stay quiet about it. You have not publicly talked about what happened between you and your family until today.
Right.
So what exactly happened? I know it was public, and very painful.
Right. So pretty much my whole life, my mom was like over the family. She always had a good job, always took her kids, work. And so once I became an adult, I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. And so I just took a different route. I got a boyfriend who sold drugs. I had a baby. I did go to college. I got some associate's degrees, but I never finished. And so I remember every time I would get pregnant, I would get broke. That's why I hate getting pregnant. Every time I get pregnant, I would get broke. And so I had a cousin, my first cousin, but she loved kids. I was like, girl, you need to have a daycare. And that's who helped me with my kids. And I remember I used to always say, when I get on, I got you. I would always say that. When I get on, I got you. When I get on, I got you. And so basically, outside looking in, I'm on. If you outside looking in and you roll up, you like, she on. And so they don't understand numbers. They don't understand business. And so I pay their bills. I bought cars. I furnished apartments. I bought Rolex watches. I bought hair studios. Like, I did a lot.
But why? Why did you do that?
Because I was like, when I get on, I got you. And so I was doing what I said I was going to do. But for my family, it wasn't enough. They want more from me. They expect more from me. And I was trying to explain to them that you guys don't understand business and numbers. Like, yeah, I'm making money, but I'm new money. I just been making millions for the last 2-3 years. It's not like I've been doing it for 5-6 years. And when you start making money, you got to pay for PR and coaches and email. Like, emails ain't free. And so
attorneys and
yes, I got all that, trademarks, everything. And so I was telling them that I'm doing everything I can. I need y'all to give me some more grace to really get some real money to do whatever it is you're expecting me to do. And so just one day, I guess I didn't do what they wanted me to do, and it just went to the left. They went on Facebook, aired out every single thing that you could think about when it came to Candace Holyfield. And I don't be on Facebook. I be on Instagram. And so it was on my page for hours, and people thought, and I was on Instagram Live helping one of my clients. I helped my client make $12,000 that day too, by the way, but I was on Instagram Live, and so people was texting me and calling, but I was on Instagram Live, so I wasn't paying attention. So when I finally got off, I was reading the messages, and my mom actually was at my house that day. And she said she was trying to tell me what my cousin was doing over on Facebook, but I was on Instagram Live. And so when I got off Instagram Live, you know, I'm reading the messages. My mom telling me what was said about me, my kids, my house, my husband, old stuff from 13 years ago. And so I went to my cousin page to look at the video. And I looked at maybe 10 seconds. I was like, I can't look at it. My head, I'm going to go to jail. And that's pretty much what happened. And that day, what happened with that particular situation, I'm assuming they wanted some money. I still don't know exactly what they wanted yet, but I got a text. I simply replied. I'm the voice note queen. I love leaving voice notes. And I just replied back. I was like, hey, what's up? Why y'all ain't got no money? That's all I said. I didn't say nothing else. And I went to bed. And when I woke up, She now was leaving me a voice note. Mind you, I had already blocked her, so she was calling from her son's phone, who an adult, by the way. He's not a kid. And she was just like, B, I been want to whoop your ass, and I'm going to drive to Atlanta. And, man, all the Memphis came out.
So all of that came from you saying no to money.
Well, I didn't know what it was yet because I just said, hey, what's up? Why y'all ain't? Because when they call me, I know it's about money. Like,
right. But you knew, but the her getting on Facebook and trying to defame you and your family was about money.
She didn't say it was about money. She said it was about that people are asking her why we not together. That's what she said. And so then I had to go on Facebook to clear up my name because I'm like, I'm working on partnerships with $1 billion companies, and I was like, y'all don't understand business and y'all don't understand numbers. And I was like, you're not with me because you got warrants out for your arrest. You can't be with me. Like, I don't want to do no criminal activity. I don't want to go to jail.
That's right.
And I was like, that's why you're not with me. But I do everything I can do for you, and it's never enough. Like, I go bankrupt. Like, it's never enough. And that's pretty much what happened. And then, according to the video, it was some things that supposedly my mom said. It was some things supposedly my grandmama said. And I love my grandmama. I feel like my grandmama loved me more than anybody in my whole family. I take care of her, too. And but my grandmama said she didn't say anything. Of course, everybody said they ain't gonna say that.
But how would the cousin know? Right.
And so I just told my mom I felt like she said it, and I blocked all of them. The only person I didn't block was my grandmama, because that's an old lady.
But how, Candace, that gotta hurt.
No, it hurt bad.
Because I noticed that you talk about it still to this day a little bit on your Facebook live, your Instagram live stories and so forth. It still hurts, right?
Well, I have made myself a robot pretty much. My mind is a tool. It's a weapon. And so because it is a tool, it's a weapon. Because my goal is to be crazy, wealthy, I got to be a weapon. And so my mind is a weapon. So you blocked your mom. Your mom was so instrumental in helping you, though, I remember a year or so ago, as far as coming down, helping you with your kids. I paid them.
But, okay, so you paid your mom?
$1,000 a week to come keep my children. Anybody you ever see keep my kids, I pay them $1,000. It don't matter if it's a 3-day trip or a 7-day trip. I pay $1,000 a week.
And you bought her an Escalade?
I bought her, she went and bought it herself. And I was like, Mama, you don't need this. Let me take the bill off of you. And that's how that came about.
Whew.
She already had a car that was paid for, by the way. I've been paying my mama bills for years. Since the pandemic.
She probably knew you were going to come and get the bill.
She just wanted it. She had a rough childhood. So she just wants material things.
You miss her?
I don't care about material. No, I unblocked her. Do I miss her?
Not at all? Not even a little bit?
Nope. Toxic. It don't. I only want the best to come out of me. So, and then I had to get, all this stuff happened, I had to get a therapist. My therapist really saved my life, LaTonya Taylor. I ain't gonna cry on her. I got my makeup done and it's on fleek, so I ain't gonna do no crying. But LaTonya Taylor saved my life. And mind you, at that same time too, all my credit cards got hacked, and I feel like my 21-year-old daughter did it.
Wait.
Yep. I had to go get a therapist.
The same daughter that's here. So why do you think she hacked your credit cards?
She know all my information. She know my information. Like one of my cards, they changed the phone number. Still to this day, I'm fighting with that card. My credit score dropped like 40 points. Still to this day, I got good credit. I'm popping on every level. I can't even get into that card still to this day. It's been months. They won't do nothing to help me because I can't identify myself. I sent them my license, everything. Still, I can't get into that account. I'm still paying on the bill to this day because if I don't pay it, my debt ratio, this is my personal credit.
Right.
My debt ratio is too high, so I got to pay. And mind you, this is like maybe the 5th card. Like somebody just hacked into my Venmo. What's today? Somebody hacked into my Venmo this weekend. Sent money out. Luckily, Venmo called and they called me and asked me, did I authorize it? I said no, so that one got caught. But like 5 of my credit cards, it was just a lot back to back.
And you think your daughter did this?
That's what I said.
So have you approached her on this?
Of course. I'm real blunt. She said she didn't do it, so I just don't bring it up anymore. I would rather have her in my life, my daughter, than not have her in my life, so I'm not even bringing it up anymore.
So betrayal seems like it's an ongoing thing.
Oh, for sure. I'm real mean on social media streets, but I'm real nice and genuine, like in real life. I'm tough on social media. but I'm a baby in real
Yeah,
life.
I'm hearing because I think that would do something to me.
Yeah, no, it did do something to me. That's why I had to get a therapist. But my mind is a robot too, so I just kind of, I got to keep it moving, you know.
Well, I know you had mentioned one time before, every time you have a major event, a good friend disappoints you.
Somebody, yes.
Somebody disappoints you at every major event.
Like I was just about to do something major, my own friends disappointed me. All my friends who I put on, it's always a disappointment.
So what do you think is jealousy? Do you think they just don't understand? They have false expectations? What do you think it is?
I think they just don't understand. Like, I'm just giving them grace. I think they just don't understand. That's why moving forward, I just want to be me, my husband, and my kids in my household. Like, that's my new focus. Like, I'm not focused on satisfying my family. I'm not focused on satisfying my friends. I'm not going to have no clients after December 18th. That's my last day taking clients, so I don't got to satisfy them no more. Just my husband and my kids and God and ours.
Peace, right? Peace. So how do you plan to still, so are you looking, I know you do Airbnbs, I know that you have speaking opportunities. What do you plan for the next level of six-figure spot check to look like?
I'm just going to put more energy into my trucking company. I have a trucking company that I put no energy into. Like, that's my husband thing. But if I know I put my energy into that, I know I can blow that up because that's just how I operate. So I'm going to put more energy into my trucking company. More speaking engagements, and more so just influencer work.
So I know we also talked about a lawsuit, right, just recently. What exactly happened with that?
So another thing about me, like I think I'm cool with everybody. So even though I'm this way on social media, like when people really get to know me, I'm thinking I'm cool with everybody. So I had a client, it was the same time that things happened with my cousin. I'm assuming she thought I was talking about her. And I actually liked this client a lot. And she just emailed my COO and was like, she's dissatisfied with it was like a lot of stuff. And I was like, you never, and luckily she emailed first, so I emailed back, so I had the paper trail, thank God. And I was like, you know, I edify you all the time. I like you so much. You know, I help you get to 30K months. You know, I thought everything was good. You've never told me any of these things. Like, you know, I don't want us to end this way. Like, I was trying to make it right. And she basically was just like, if you don't get my money back, like, I'm going to have to let my attorney know. So I was like, let your attorney know. Because everything I said I was going to do for you, that's one thing about me. I'm a woman of my word if I'm nothing else. I was like, well, let your attorney know because I'm not giving you no money back. And then I had to go get an attorney. It cost me thousands of dollars. And then come to find out, I feel like maybe she really didn't have an attorney because it was like, it took them a while to respond back. And it was a lot. And I was stressed about that because I'm like, my name mean a lot to me. Like, I don't want nobody suing me. I don't want to have to sue nobody. I don't want nobody on the social media streets dragging my name. I don't want that. But
you do know that comes with...
I know it now.
Right. It comes with it, right?
You don't know what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, but you can't escape that. That's part of the game. A lot of people say they want to be the best. They want to be that girl or that guy, but they don't want to deal with the other side of that.
Right. And now I'm finally seeing the other side. I'm like, I'm that girl. Like, because I'm seeing all the people that I look up to, we hear these stories, but it hadn't happened to us, so we don't know. We don't know who to believe. We usually believe the other person. And now that it's happened to me, I'm giving everybody grace now. I'm like, oh, she might be telling the truth.
Well, you know, this is the thing. Most people want to believe the negative anyway.
Man, my best friend, who I feel like was my soulmate of my whole life, when my cousin did that live, all of them was on her lives commenting with her. Text me. I haven't talked to them in 7 years. They text me and was like, yeah, I'm glad she bust you out. I'm glad she put you on blast. These was my best friends for years. They had never called me and said, congratulations on this. Never. When my cousin did that, they text me personally and said, I'm glad this happened.
Damn.
That hurt too.
So this is the thing, though. I remember I saw you post something, you're not going to young Dolph me.
Period. Yeah.
Right? Because every time I see you, you got is Bear is his name? Your
my security.
Yeah, shout out to Bear. Bear's no joke, okay? Because Bear even knocked me down the other day in the office. I was trying to meet with Candace about, and I said, well, wait a minute, Bear, I'm not going to do nothing to Candace. He said, I'm not sure about that. I said, oh, okay, I'm going to leave you alone, Bear. But now you feel that you have to have security with you 24/7.
And that's another bill. So where we are from, and not, I mean, Young Dolph was just a national thing because he was a celebrity. But where we are from in Memphis, we know people who get gunned down, who get killed. They break in their houses and they kill them for the pettiest things. And I was actually doing a free summer camp for girls. And a trucking for guys. It was all free. And all that happened with my cousin and all the threats, I was like,
Well, so you really believe that they were going to try to hurt you?
somebody, hell yeah.
The jealousy is that thick.
The hate.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing about it. Like I always tell people, your enemies are always your friends.
I believe it.
Most definitely, because a
people you
person
think you're
can't
cool
hate you if they don't know you. Now, I can say this.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
Yeah, they can't. But it is some folks all the way far away sometimes, though. And I'm sure you probably see the trolls coming, right? Now, how you deal with the trolls, though, Candace? Because I see you cussing them out sometime, though.
Luckily, like with the lawsuit thing, when that happened between me and the girl, people coming to my page calling me a fraud, a scam. I was like, look.
Okay, what are they saying you scamming? What
They
exactly?
never said it. They just was like scam. I was like, man, I show up on her every day. I can't be no scam. But I quit. I used to be a comedian in my other life. So when they be trolling, I'm like, look, you gotta go to work tomorrow. Don't put no energy over here. Don't get ready for work. Don't put no energy over here in this. And then they quit talking. I don't have a lot of trolls. I always said that you know how Diddy changed his name to Love, and I was like, I want to be love. I don't want to be hate. I don't want to have haters. I don't want to have trolls. I don't want none of that. I want to be a resource, an asset, a jewel in love. That's all I'm trying to be. Nothing else.
So what makes you different, though, Candace, from all the other influencers that are out there, all of the other brilliant minds, strategists? What's different about you?
So definitely I care. Like me, I'm in coaching programs. If people follow me, I go to all the events. I sit at everybody's table. I got my own table. I care. A lot of people don't care. It's a numbers game. A lot of people a lot of coaches got the same coach, and they're going for that $1 million day so they can get the award and the accolade and the title. And not saying they don't care about people, but I know for me, this whole six-figure spot chick thing has always been a passion project. That's why Spot Boss Tribe now is a nonprofit, because I'm like, it's charity work. Price is too low, undercharging, stressed out. I'm always mad about my clients not making money, not myself. So I care a lot. That's another reason why I got to quit, because I care so much and I see it's going to come to keep me in a rage.
Well, you know, the other thing, too, Candace, one of the things you talk about a lot is the importance of paying to be in the room, right? But, you know, one of the things I'm real careful about is making sure that I'm not paying to be a part of a clique that I get no benefit from. Right. There's a lot of that in Atlanta.
Well, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And just worse in Atlanta.
Everywhere. But Atlanta has a lot of that. People are paying to be able to say, I'm friends with, and they don't even know you.
Right. So I'm in them rooms. But my voice is so big and my personality is so big, they want to be my friend.
But so is it really worth it? Tell me about it.
To me, it is.
Okay, so let's talk about why.
I mean, the people I meet. So for me, to be honest, I'm not paying to go meet the main person. I'm paying to go meet the other people. I don't care too much about the main person. If they teach me something, thank you, Lord. But it ain't really what it's about. It's about what I get access to. It's about the proximity.
Relationships.
It's about the level up. Like, I'm in the 100K masterminds right now. And the people I have met are phenomenal. Like, I can't even put a dollar amount on it. So that alone is worth it. And the masterminds I'm in, they really have helped my business too, though. Like, all of my coaches have really, really helped me.
That's amazing. And that's one of the things I noticed, that you do shout your coaches out.
I always edify my coaches.
But I will tell you this. Anybody that's in the industry that knows Candace Holyfield knows that if she selects you to be her coach,
you're gonna get put on.
Not only that, but selects you to be, if you select them to do anything for you, you must have them in high regard, because you don't play.
Right.
And
I got too much to lose.
And you really have access to be able to work with anybody. You can work with any coach. You can hire any PR agency. You can work with any media. You can work with anybody. So that's one of the things I'll tell you. It was an honor, because I said, you know, Candace could have chosen to work with this one, that one, this one, LA, New York, whatever. And when she came to our agency, that spoke volumes. And not only came, but stayed multiple years. Took a break and came back.
Yeah, I'm almost on
year three. Right, year 3.
But I like the way you carry yourself.
Well, I appreciate that.
I love the way you carry yourself.
Well, thank you, Candace. I appreciate that. Because we never did talk about how we, but I know I had seen you out there before, but I met you one time at an event in Florida. I think you and I both was in an MLM together. And somebody asked a question in the room.
They said, who made $1 million?
Before being a part of this event.
And only 2 people stood up.
And then that person, Stormy, right?
Yeah.
Stormy said, well, how you make your $1 million?
And I was like, B's credit. She was like, nah.
Sit down. We don't want to hear from you. Let's go to
Nah. I'm like, shit, that's how I made it.
Right.
You know?
But let's say this, though, on the all real. Stormy always knew you were a beast.
No,
she gives you mad respect.
No, I did her massages a couple of times.
That's what she said. She said, hey, woman, I remember you. You used to do my massages and blah, blah, blah.
Do you remember that day she told me I looked broke? I used to look broke. She was like, you look different. You used to look broke.
Yep. She told you
like
that to your face.
You got to have a good mind to handle that.
When she said that, I said, oh, shit.
I mean, I know her personality.
Right.
So it didn't offend me at all.
You got to know and you got to be able to respect it.
And I was broke, so I didn't get mad. People stay getting mad. Like, you broke, what you get mad for? It's a fact. I'm up here begging to do lady massage.
That's true.
Then charge her. She said, I got to give you something. I said, you don't got to give me nothing. If I touch you one time, you're going to rebook me. I was there good.
But you know what? Even then, you were just starting out in the MLM business, and I was just starting out. And the funny thing was, both of us went to the top.
Yeah.
Right? So one of the things I will tell you is that there's something in the formula of success that will always bring certain people to the top.
Right.
What do you think it is? Because, I mean, it's not like you had done MLMs before, right? Or had you?
I had done them, but I never went to the top. I did like Mary Cat, because I was a waitress, so I was trying all type of stuff. But I never took it seriously.
So what do you think was different that time?
In my honest opinion, some people just got it, man. And we just so happen to be one of the ones. I tell people all the time, I'm a silent storm. And now I got a whole community behind me. So when I do go work with somebody, I ain't only coming with me, I'm coming with thousands. I got a whole community.
The influence is amazing. One of the things I talk about when I'm talking to corporate sponsors or whomever about Candace, I always say, don't look at just her numbers. She may be at what? You at 70K now?
75.
75K, right?
Finally.
Earned, worked hard. But, you know, sometimes these folks are like, oh, you got to have at least $1 million for us. But this is my thing. How many of those $1 million are really engaging? How many of them are actually moving? And how many of them are actually purchased?
Right.
One thing I will tell them, I said, you always can go behind Candace's numbers, her insights, and you can see that these folks are actually moving when she says move.
And another thing I'll tell everybody, I made $1 million. I only had like maybe 20, 30,000 followers. I didn't even have 50,000 followers. So people got to stop getting caught up in them numbers.
So let's talk about the $1 million, right? Do you think that it's an addiction after a while? Like, do you feel that being on the road, are you chasing something? I saw you said something one day to me, well, not to me, but on Instagram. I thought it was profound. You said, I'm tired of chasing the money.
Yeah, I don't chase money no more. So the thing is, when you get in these coaching programs, you get around these people, or even if let's say you're not in a coaching program, but you on social media every day and you seeing people back office numbers and you seeing their cars and their house and their closets, you want that stuff. And so we go work harder. And so it's so ironic that when that lawsuit came about, there was the straw that broke the camel back. When I was like, I'm giving all this up for my family, man. Like, if I don't gotta make $1 million in a day to be happy. I don't have to make
$1 million in a day, though. That's probably more the stress that you get from the communities that you're a part of, right? Which is good, because let's say this. It's good to surround yourself with people who are exceeding
or high
performing individuals, because it makes you high performers. But it can also create a level of stress.
Well, I let all my stress go, so I'm not going for my $1 million in a day anymore. I still want $1 million a month, though. I'm sure I will have $1 million a day because my community is getting bigger and bigger, and I got a great coach, and I'm doing everything he tell me to do. So I'm sure I will get to $1 million a month. I'm sure I will have $1 million a day, but I'm no longer that's no longer a priority. in my life.
I even see a different Candace, though.
I'm trying to be more soft.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Let me say this. In the 3 years that you've been a client, I'm seeing it because you used to be rah, 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 rah. Today, you are just, it seems as if
I found myself.
Yes. You've gone to a different, it's like you have elevated to a different level.
I knew who I was before. When it's spiritual, so I've been under spiritual attack since April. I went to Africa before. I went to Africa again in April with another one of my coaches who's no longer my coach. That hurt me real bad too, how my old coach did me. I don't want to talk about that. I might start crying.
Well, no. We're going to talk about betrayal. Because the reason why it's important, Candace, is because I believe that the pain that we've gone through, and I've been through a lot of it, has been for a testimony that I can help bring somebody else through. I don't believe that we were just targets for pain.
Right.
And for your coach to hurt you.
My coach, who I and me, I'm loyal. If I'm with somebody, I'm gonna stay with them long. Like I be with people 2, 3, 4. I be with my coaches for years. And this was another one of my good coach who I edify all the time. That was the first I've made $1 million under her leadership. And we was in Africa, and I just saw her acting strange. I didn't know what was going on. I'm being myself, but I brought all my friends with me. That's where I messed up at. I brought all my friends with me. And they, keep in mind, a lot of coaches are not used to women really making money. So I'm the money girl. I have learned how to make money. I have mastered how to make money, and I try to teach everybody else how to make money. So not only I make the money and my friends make the money, like we making the bag for real. And so while we was on the trip, they leave and they doing what they want to do. They gone, they at the club. I'm in my room minding my business. And I just thought my coach was acting weird. And then I saw her start posting all type of stuff on social media about betrayal, and it was just weird. I had never, out of 3 years, I had never saw that from her. And so when we got ready to leave the last day, my lawyer was on the trip too, because we share the same coach. And my lawyer said, just send her an email and ask her when can y'all, have a call. And I'm so blessed to have wise counsel around me. So I just emailed her, and I was like, when can we have a call? And I asked her about it, and she was telling me that basically somebody told her something that had nothing to do with me. Some of my friends did. But I'm like, I help you make up. You're my coach. I help you make up with $500,000. I sold your trip out, And it just triggered something in me. It triggered that how all my baby daddies left me, how my family, want to air out my dirty laundry and do me wrong, and you supposed to be my coach, and somebody supposedly tell you something that is not true. And instead of you talking to me about it, you immediately go to social media and start typing things and putting things in your story. And everybody know I'm ghetto. If anybody looking at this, I'm real ghetto, okay? My bank account cute. Ain't nothing ghetto about the bank account. It's in the richest neighborhood, okay? Ain't nothing ghetto about my businesses. And it just triggered something. I cried for 2 weeks, man. I was hurt. And it was just bad. It was just real. And then some more of my friends went on a second half of the trip, and then they was calling me back, telling me stuff that she was supposedly saying, and I'm like, this too much on me. And so I have been under a spiritual attack since April. That's why I'm going back to Africa in a couple of weeks to release the attack off of me. I got to go back there to release it off of me.
So we're going to talk about the release of that and what you're going to do to release it. But before we talk about that, I do want to talk a little bit about friends, because what I'm hearing, and see, this is my problem. Some folks are extroverts. I'm an extreme introvert.
You are? I would have never known.
A lot of people say that they would have never known because...
Now how you be acting?
Yeah, I am. And folks in here will tell you. I am...
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Lily. Let me tell you something. Lily, and she made it specifically for you. That's why I was hoping
Let
you
me
was
drop
gonna
my
take a drink.
favorite.
Yeah, mine too, girl.
That's good.
Yeah, I am. But I didn't start off as an introvert. I used to be an extreme extrovert.
Wow.
And then through the years, from the betrayal and disappointments, it continued to push me further and further and further and further into a shell.
Maybe that's what's going to happen with me.
Well, I think you even think about when we used to go out to those events, those TLC events, and y'all would be stand up late in the rooms. You'd be like, Ebony, you coming? I'd be like, nah, girl, I'm going to my room. You don't remember that? I always retreated to my room. That's where I found my peace.
And I've been doing it lately. Like, we just was together. I was like, I ain't going, no. So,
The trust and the hurt, the pain, it's like a protection mechanism. I'm not saying that that's what you should do, but because I think I may have
I'm
gone.
doing it naturally. It's
It's
naturally
natural,
happening.
and I think I may have gone too far to the right. I was even talking to my girl Jen about it because, things are going on sometimes in the industry, and she's like, "You coming?" I was like, "Mm-mm," and I know I should, but
But you actually don't have to. So that's the point. That's the chill-ionaire status. When you ain't gotta go.
right.
Your
That's true.
name gonna be spoken in the rooms and you ain't in them.
And I worked hard to get to that point too. I worked really hard to get to that point, but at the same token, I do feel that I've gone too far over because of something that I have to work through.
Right.
I had to work through it. And that's the part that I think, and I noticed a lot of successful women are struggling with that. I mean, like we just talked about Stormy a few minutes ago, talk about you. Most very successful women, I see them going through a public pain. And everybody wants the status, but nobody wants to go through that pain.
And it's a huge possibility that's gonna happen.
It's
unavoidable.
It's unavoidable. It's part of the journey.
It took me 12 years for mine to happen. I've been in business 12 years.
Wow. So that was the first. This was the first set of.
This was the first bad like this. But yeah, this is my first lawsuit. The first time somebody in my family going on a live. 12 years.
Wow.
And I wasn't expecting it, by the way. I wasn't expecting anything.
Oh, no, you'll never expect it because let me tell you, if you expect it, it won't hurt.
No.
When it comes
now, guess what? Now I expect it, and I'm ready to handle it.
That's what I'm saying. I look. My eyes are lasered in, and that's why
I'm ready for it now.
Yeah.
Now I'm equipped. I have my business lawyer. I have, shout out to my coach, Neo. He brought in Joel Osteen, lawyer. Game changer. Oh, I'm equipped now. I'm ready. I'm ready for war for anybody.
But you still don't want to. You don't want to have to pull them out.
I don't want to, but if it appears if somebody ring a bell and say we gonna put a war on Candace Holyfield, baby, I'm ready to fight. Remember them? Have you ever saw that movie 300?
Yeah, I did.
That's me. It's a small army, and them folks won because they were smart.
The other part I would say about you too. And I want to say this before I forget, because everybody that know me knows that I have short-term memory loss. I don't know, I'm getting older.
You always be saying
I say that all the time, right? So I got to say it before I forget. One of the things I respect about you, Candace, is that you walk to your own beat.
I tried my best to.
I noticed that everybody can say, I'm no longer doing this, and everybody will follow a group of people to do that. But you will say, but wait a minute. They haven't done anything to me, or I'm making money. I'm not going to stop. Do you get a lot of flack for not following?
People love it. They can't. There's people can't figure me out. They want to know why Candace ain't with us, or we inviting her to the house, or we inviting her out to eat, and she don't want to be in our clique. I want to be my own thing. I don't want nobody thinking I need them. Keep in mind, we humans, we all need somebody, but I can't get nobody that much control over me. I've been there before. I've done that. I can't get nobody control over me like that, to think that you the one putting food on my table.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, that's too mafioso.
There's too much leverage.
Yeah.
There's too much control.
Yeah.
And I've saw that happen with other people when people take over their mind, take over their thoughts, and take over their actions. And I can't be that girl. I've been there before. It was just with dudes.
But you know what, though? People will know who they can and can't do that with.
Because you got to immediately draw the line. I immediately draw the line. So if it don't work out, it just don't work out. But and I'm coachable, and I want to be in these relationships, in these rooms, but it got to feel good to me. If it don't feel good to me, I don't do it.
What's next?
So next, AP Wife. AP Wife is next. I'm super excited about it. It's going to launch in hopefully it's going to launch on December.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It's a business called AP Wife?
It is.
Okay, let's talk about that. What exactly is that?
Yeah, so one of my other homegirls, Bella Body, she's married too. And they have a trucking company as well. And she created the Millionaires Wives Club. I created the AP Wife brand. And it's going to be just for wives only. Dinner parties, just where we can vent, talk. I want to do a Disney cruise when we take our kids. Just a movement for, and keep in mind, I'm in spa industry, so I'm real big on self-care and spa days. And I feel like it's wives and it's business owners we don't do enough for ourselves. So I want to create this new community, not coaching though. It won't be coaching, but I'm creating a new community that'll be powered by AP Wife. We're just all about women, man, and us taking care of ourselves and having a safe space to vent. Some women probably are married but not happily married, so we're gonna have the affirmation cards coming out. 31 days of affirmation.
Stop right there, though.
Okay.
Happily married is the key thing. I noticed that a lot of people on social media, for them, and I'm a wife, but I noticed that a lot of people on social media carry the title wife as if it's a badge of honor, as if it's something that they earned, like going to school and getting.
But you kind of do gotta earn it though.
You think so? So you
gotta
think
make
it's
them
something? But do you think somebody can look at that AP Wife organization and feel as if Candace is saying, I can't be a part because I'm not married. I'm not good enough to be a part of this.
Well, no, they can be a part of whatever they want, just not this. It's for wives only. They can be a part of whatever they want to, but not this. This is for the wives.
So you feel the wife means something more significant?
The wife means everything. The wife is the light.
Okay.
The wife is it. It is us. Behind every strong man, there's a strong woman. And keep in mind, women making more money than men, let's be clear.
Okay.
And women making more money than men, so we got to know how to still be alpha, but be submissive. A lot of people.
But why do we have to be submissive?
I mean,
because the words say that, right?
Not. I won't even say the words say that, because a man want to feel like a man.
Okay.
A man. That's how I ruined my first marriage. A man don't want to not feel like a man. If I'm beating him up, I'm making the man not feel like a man, because I didn't know no better.
Well, I didn't say beating him up.
No, but that's what I was doing.
Okay.
I was beating mine.
But let's go back to submissive.
Right.
So
at some point we got to be submissive.
No, I'm not questioning, because I know everybody want to eat me up from the last time I said something.
Okay. Well, they can eat me up.
I like
ready.
to have this conversation with alpha women, because it's easy to get on Coinology and say, let's be submissive. But at home, you talking another game.
Oh, I don't do that. Like, I tell my business on Instagram every day. Y'all can come. My morning show is called Come Get Them Gems at 9 o'clock Eastern.
Right.
I tell all my business anyway, so no. At home, I'm the exact same way. Like, I text AP, hey, I love you. I'm excited for our Labor Day family trip. I text him all the time. No, this what it is. Like, and this is who I want to be. I don't want to be. That's one thing about me. I don't want to be this one thing on Coinology or this one thing on social media and something totally different when the cameras and the lights off. No, this is me all day, every day. This it.
I saw something on social media yesterday. It was a couple of days ago. And it made me think. And I was like, wow, that's profound. But, sir, you're so wrong. He said, when you have a woman that is an alpha woman, it's because women innately want to be feminine, soft, and independent.
Oh, I seen it.
You saw that?
He said women tired.
He said that they are doing all of this because they're tired. And then he went on to say, if a woman begins to become masculine, it's because she doesn't feel safe. And she is becoming masculine because she has to protect herself and her family. But wait a minute, though. The challenge I have with that is that I've always been this way. If you talk to anybody that knows me from the beginning of Shell Road, I've always been very headstrong and very much. So my husband knew exactly what he was walking into.
I've always been headstrong.
Right.
But now I'm smarter, I'm wiser. I don't care how much money I make. I want my husband to know you to lead. Intelligence,
right? That's a part of emotional intelligence too, right?
I want him to know I don't care how much money I make. I don't care what show I'm on. You to lead. Because
at the end of the day, you can't take the money with you.
Right.
And I think we put so much emphasis on that, that last minute of life, will that matter?
Exactly. I want him to always know he the lead. I want him to always know he the king and I'm the queen.
All right. You heard it. You heard it from Six Figure Spot Chick. Yep. AP's wife. Yes. Now, did you ever notice this? I always thought about this. Did you ever think about putting an apostrophe S? AP's wife. No.
I just said AP wife. I just was like AP wife.
Yes,
I
yes,
went through a
yes.
lot to be AP wife. Like I had to build AP up to be this king.
Yeah, and that's the part that I don't know everybody knows about what's going on. But Candace, you built your husband up.
That's why it took us so long to get married. Mm-hmm. He had to have some money and some credit.
Because when you met, so you're not saying marry a man and allow him to just stay in broken destitution.
Well, if he broke destitution, you probably ain't gonna marry him no way.
Right. But some people will just to say, I'm a wife. That's the part I was telling you before, though, Candace.
It's a no for me.
It's a lot of
like a
people
drink on
who
that one.
just want to be married. And they will do anything and marry anybody to have a spouse.
Me and AP were just having a conversation. I said, AP, I'm tired. It's time for you to do everything. I can't do nothing. I told him. So he's been mentally and financially getting prepared so I don't have to do nothing. The day I say I don't want to do nothing, I don't got to do nothing. So I let him know, gave him grace, giving him time, handle your business so you can mentally and financially allow me to do nothing. Because that's what I want. So we talk about it, he know.
Well, that's good. And the other thing is you help build him up so that he can then help build you up and let you relax and so forth. It takes... Everybody's not going to always be rocking at the same time, right? It takes that time. So I think that, that speaks volume. I know you spoke before that when you met your husband, he worked at the state.
At the city, yeah.
At the city. And he
was considered a good job.
Right. But really wasn't making that much money. And you showed him, instead of saying it ain't going to work, you showed him how to make it work.
Right.
And y'all are building it together. And I think that's a lot. And I think that is what a lot of people need to know, hear, love, and respect. Those are the elements of the six-figure spa chick that a lot of people don't get to see behind closed doors.
I don't know. They finna see it.
Yeah, that's it's
gonna be a whole movement.
2023, y'all stay tuned to that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for coming to sit down with me today and spend some time and sharing some of the most intimate parts of your life.
Yeah, very intimate. Very intimate.
Thank you so much, Candace. And you guys stay tuned to the next episode of Cornology.